boys looked like they was about to fight. Did you see Fergie step back like, hold on a minute, don't nobody hit me, please? Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, and I'm coming to you once again with a little commentary for the 4. Let's jump right into it. Tonight, the newest competition show continues for just 4 more weeks after tonight. No, 3 more weeks after tonight. I was kind of touched last week when Fergie got choked up when Saeed got sent home. That was so nice. How do you think she's doing as a host? Let me know down in the comments. Also, who's your favorite judge on the show? DJ Khaled, Diddy, Meghan Trainor, or Charlie Walk? Let me know. The first 4 to start out tonight's show were Cheyenne Elliott, Jason Warrior, Zhavia, and Candice Boyd. But what happened? Well, let me tell you. We started out with the 4 doing a production number. They did Bang Bangs into the Room, you know, you got by Jessie J and Ariana Grande. And Candice kicked it off and killed this vocal. Cheyenne was a little less confident, but sounded pretty good. Jason came in like gangbusters. And Zhavia did her thing, but the melody was a little high for her. I wrote this was the best production number on the show so far. That's not saying much, but it was good. But it was pretty good and they sounded good. They announced that Zhavia had been on vocal rest up until the opening of the show. And let me tell you, how she wasn't challenged last week. How she on vocal rest already? Lord Jesus. Rael J was the first one to audition tonight. He was 24. He rapped over Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar. And he started out a little slow, but when he launched into his verse, he had a very good flow. Khaled and Diddy really seemed to be enjoying the beat, and a few of the 4 seemed to be feeling some of the things he was doing. I lost a lot of the words myself because I was trying to type and try to listen and try to, you know, bop and stuff too. But I was enjoying how he was changing up the flow often and really working the stage. Meghan said he had an amazing breath control and he created many special moments. Charlie told him the real artists do what he just did. Diddy said he loved that he heard Rael about 15 seconds into the performance. The judges then voted and they voted him through and he challenged Cheyenne because she took out the rapper before. And then Fergie did something really messy. I mean, just really messy. She told Cheyenne that on social media people were saying that she got her seat because of her grandmother, Dionne Warwick. And I was like, do we really have to go there? Is it going to be this type of show? Yes, it's going to be this type of show. And she came back, you know, and said what she was going to say. But she was the first up to perform. She did Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. And I really didn't think it was the right song for this competition panel. But it is a big song and the audience was loving how she started out choppy with the lyrics. You know, so I thought, okay, this is nice. She was all into it and changed the rhythm up a little and then launched into those big notes perfectly. Jason stood for her while she was singing. I was enjoying the emotion and the thought that she was putting into it. Then Rael J performed. He rapped over I Own It, and he's really the real deal and had great bars and stage presence. I like the side eye that he gave the 4 on several of the different lyrics and stuff. He was like kind of looking at him saying what he was saying. Khaled and Diddy were really vibing to the music, and Meghan leaned over to say she liked how effortless it looked for him to Diddy. And then the audience voted, and they voted for Rael J, and his seat was locked. Shawn Cavalier was up next. He was 18. He did Stitches by Shawn Mendes. And it was funny that they were playing Justin Bieber under his package while he was walking in. I was like, Lord, just because he's this really young, cute boy, right? He started this and sounded pretty good. He had a good stage presence and a solid voice with great looks, but I wasn't feeling anything special. He sounded kind of like Shawn Mendes, and I really like Shawn Mendes, so I was like, okay, I like this. The girls in the audience were going wild, though. Meghan said she wished that he didn't do that song because we already have a Shawn Mendes. Charlie asked him if he's writing. Khaled lit his candle, which meant that he was about to go in while Diddy put on one of his gloves. And then Khaled said that he was good, but not better than the 4. And then the judges did something they hadn't done on the first 2 episodes. They like had a little powwow before they voted. And you know, they were talking, it was very vocal, you could hear what they were saying and everything. Then they voted and they didn't vote him through. 2 were against him. Jefferson Clay was the next one to audition. He was 23, he did Better Man by James Morrissey, and he played guitar and had a great energy. It's the kind of spastic though. I think some of that energy was due to nerves, and Jason wasn't feeling him at all. He was sitting over on the floor in his chair like that face he made, and then Diddy made the same face. This was a pretty good vocal, but I didn't know what the song was about by the way he was singing. No related emotion in it. Diddy then stood for him when he finished, and Diddy said that it was beautiful. Meghan said he came out like it was home, and she said she enjoyed every part of it and believed him. Then the judges voted, and they voted him through, and he challenged Jason Warrior. Jason, of course, was up first, and he did Love on the Brain by Rihanna, and this is a big song, and he was shooting for for the fence with it. His growl was on full display for this song, and he found places to pace the stage as well as to stay and plant himself and sing his face off. This was full of emotion, and he definitely pushed himself to the limit. Then Jason Clay performed Ignition by R. Kelly, and this was an interesting song choice, and he was swaying like he was in the first song, and I think maybe he's just spastic all the time, period. He was sitting in the groove really well, but he wasn't bringing the sexy that the lyric deserves, and he's fun to watch, but this wasn't vocally challenging, and again, I didn't feel like his moves supported the lyric. And the first song, I felt like it was the same thing. He wasn't really giving me what was going on in the lyrics on stage. Then Jefferson said something to Jason about being an artist and all this different stuff, or not being an artist, and they had a really cringe-worthy back and forth that went on for too long. The audience was loving the drama, but Fergie, she just kind of stepped back and stood back in the background like they looked like they were about to fight, right? They looked like they were about to come to blows, and I was like, what's going on? Oh, then Khaled asked them to shake hands before the judges voted, and they gave each other a big hug, and I guess all was squashed. The audience then got to vote, and they voted through Jason Warrior. Oh, a lot of drama. If you're liking the drama of the show, and if you're liking the drama of the commentary, please make sure to thumb it up and let me know that you're watching and that you are enjoying it. I really appreciate you coming to watch the commentary. I appreciate your comments and I appreciate your thumbs. Next up, we had Nicole Ball. She was 30 and she did Like I'm Gonna Lose You by Meghan Trainor. She got her focus on before the music started and tried to dig into these lyrics. I like the sound of her voice, though I wasn't crazy about some of the slips into head voice. Really good emotion, but there were also some little inconsistencies in her pitch on the melody. Big voice and solid stage presence, and she made the most of every moment up there with a wail on the end and a riff down that I really enjoyed. Fergie gave her a big hug when she came up to her. Meghan called it amazing and thought she made the difficult chorus seem really easy. Diddy admitted that he liked her, but he didn't know what to say on first listen, he said. The judges did another conference, very vocal again, we got to hear what they were saying, and they voted her through, and she challenged Zhavia. Now, Zhavia was supposedly sick. She had been on vocal rest and all this different stuff, but she came up there to do her thing. She did Killing Me Softly by Roberta Flack. Very good choice because it's lower down in her range. And she had a little extra gruff as she started this out tonight, but I was feeling the sound and she was giving it her all. I was surprised that her pitch was so good and she was doing a little dancing and even riffing it up a little. I was like, go ahead on and do your performance, girl. The last note was solid and all the judges were on their feet. Then Nicole performed Praying by Kesha. Oh my God, they are choosing songs to really knock this out of the park. And I love the way she transformed. Like somebody was saying something to her. She was like, yeah. And then she just totally just thought about what she was doing and just transformed right into that moment for the emotion. And very professional and great emotional song choice. And that big note had me giving the steak face. I was like, ooh, go and sing, girl. And she produced it over and over before getting down to the softness on the last note. She gave so much emotion to this. Just really just sunk her teeth into it and let us just have her heart. All the judges also stood for her. But the audience chose Zhavia to win it. That was a hard choice, but I had a feeling Zhavia was going to go through. Sob story and all, I think she still performed very, very well. Then the next person to audition was Tim Johnson Jr. He was 18. He did Let's Stay Together by Al Green. And this boy had been getting screen time backstage for a while, and he was wilding out backstage, acting silly and crazy. And I was really enjoying him. He had great energy and he busted a move before he started singing the song. I don't know that this was the right song choice for his voice, but he was trying to make it his own, and he really convinced me. He had those head voice parts on lock, and he was working the stage, doing a little dancing, doing a little split, and just taking it to the audience, and he really had a distinctive sound. But I would really like to hear him on like some New Edition. Of course the Michael Jackson, but more of New Edition song to me. Then the judges voted, and they voted him through, and he challenged the only person that was left to challenge, Candice Boyd. Candice got to go first, and she did Here by Alessia Cara, and she started out with a whoop and a wail that was so high and so loud, and just, I was like, girl, you better go ahead on and scream. Then she bit into these lyrics with a perfect rhythmic delivery. I love her sass and her stage presence, and the movement she brings to the lyrics, just giving you a little this, a little sexy, a little sass, a little, you know, so I was really enjoying her performance. Then those high notes were so clear and concise, and she handled the wordiness of the song very well, and the last high note just sailed up there like butter. It was so beautiful. Tim Jr. performed All I Want by Codaline, and I really like his tone and the lightness in his voice. His falsetto is really sweet and he emotes so well with a great little flutter on the ends of his phrases. This felt good and he brought me into what he was doing. So focused and really interesting to watch and hear. More understated vocal than Candice, but a really good performance also. I think they were just so different, but they were both like at the top of their game. And the audience chose Tim Jr. Oh my God, I just knew it, This audience is just so fickle to me, you know. I don't know if they made the right choice. Do you think so? Please let me know down in the comments, but please make sure to let me know why you think they made the wrong choice or the right choice if you think they made the right choice. I just couldn't decide before the audience decided. I couldn't decide because they were both so good in their own way, both very much vocal excellence, and he brought me so much into it. I just don't know. Oh my God, I'm just so torn. I don't know what to do. Okay, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Please make sure to thumb it up. I really appreciate you. Also, help me out here. I got a video up. I need you guys to watch it. It's going to be at the end of this video. Thank you so much. I am out.